so what could happen from here? The clock rolls over to 4:30 by now. The heat has become all too familiar to me. Not so long ago, or rather right now, but in different timelines. I waited on this very same bench, hoping to be able to turn my luck with love around. But now that's the last thing on my mind. None of my personal relations can even begin to compare with what's going on here. People are dying, people I know and care about. How could things have gone so wrong? Why did everything go so wrong? I don't understand it. None of this makes sense. Brooke, where are you? Please let her be okay. Wait, I see her. Thank goodness. Maybe now if I tell her what I remember. Hello there. Brooke? Kyle? Good, you're alright. I was counting her leaving you alone, but... Well, you are right. I'm just glad you're okay. Oh, you didn't have to worry about that. I found a perfectly safe place to hide where I did my research. Where? My cathedral. Granted, I hadn't stepped foot inside since Easter, but when dealing with demons, it's a fairly safe bet. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I guess so. Cool, Brooke. Did you learn anything there that could help? I did, but I'll get to that part later. For now, though, I need you to tell me anything you've managed to figure out while I was away. I was especially concerned about the missing students and what happened to them. I'm sorry, Brooke. I see, so they were killed after all. Given what we know about the demon at play here, I can't say I'm surprised, but I was still hoping that wouldn't be the case. There's more to it. I was there when they died. I watched it all happen, but I only just remembered it now. If only I figured it out sooner. Kyle, you can't blame yourself for this. Your memories of the events were scrambled thanks to the time loop. There's no way you could have stopped it. Right now we have no choice but to use whatever we know to keep history from repeating itself. That's why I need you to tell me everything you know. Leave out no details, even the smallest one could help us immensely. The details aren't going to be very pleasant. I know, and I apologize for making you relive what happened, but it must be done if we're going to survive this. You've been so calm throughout all this, Brooke. I don't know how you do it, but thank you anyway. It's helping me to keep my cool too. No need to thank me. I may seem calm, but truth to be told, I'm a little bit terrified, just like you must be. I'm just doing what I have to in order to get you through this, you know? I'll start from the beginning. What happened was... disgusting. That girl is insane. She has to be. Neela and Maggie. I'd forgotten them, too. Unless you mentioned their names. Maggie was our MVP and Neela was in the class below us. What possible reason could Claire have to kill them? I couldn't say. All I know is that she had in for them personally. And called it a hunch, but I think it may have something to do with the prom. I see. I was just thinking something along those lines as well. The looping of the days leading up to the prom, the murders occurring on prom nights. The victims, all prom dates of yours. It's not uncommon for serial killers to incorporate something personally into their crimes. Clearly, prom means something significant to her. Although, what exactly that significance is, I couldn't say. It's not easy to decipher the inner makings of a mad woman. Brooke, we need to get you as far away from here as possible on prom night. Somewhere Claire couldn't find you. We'll tell our parents we're going together so they wouldn't worry. Then we could catch a bus and... No, Kyle. Running won't do us any good. What are you saying? Neela and Maggie are dead because I took them to the prom. I'm not going to make the same mistake with you. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Just because her motives involves prom night doesn't necessarily mean she won't deviate from her plans if need to be. That is to have to say, if she wants me dead that badly, she won't hesitate to come looking for us if we run. Not to mention, with that kind of power she possesses, it'll be very easy for her to do so. Who knows what she's capable of? Brooke! Kyle, I know you didn't want to feel responsible for my death like you do with the others, but you have to consider the bigger picture here. If we run, we may never stop running. And if we leave Claire free to continue killing others, you're a good person, Kyle. You desire to protect people is a quality that perhaps I could use more of myself. So I know you'll want to end this violence here and now, not simply wait for it to stop on its own. Brooke, but how? I saw with my own eyes just how powerful she is. How are we supposed to confront someone like that head on? I'm going to be honest. I can't say with certainty how we can best defeat her, but I do think I know of a way to ward off whatever demonic forces she has allied with. If we could do that, we could weaken her power considerably. A crucifix? Did your priest give that to you? He did. I was actually surprised when he believed me when I told him what was going on. But as it turns out, he's been involved with more than just a few exorcisms. You could even call him expert in the subject. So not only did he bless this crucifix for me personally, he also taught me some exorcism prayers we could use to drive back the demon's power. And you really think that will help us? If Claire's using the power of a biblical demon like we believe she is, then yes, I have every confidence this will help. I understand your fears, but we can do this, trust me. And no matter what happens, I'll be by your side. And I know you'll do the same for me. Brooke, the last thing I want to do is lose you like I lost the others, but you're right. If we run, she'll still be free to kill. She'll still be free to hunt us down. I don't know if I have anything that can fight off the supernatural, but I will protect you no matter what. You really are much more kind than I deserve. Thank you. Oops, sorry about that. Now then, it's probably a good idea to stay close as much as we can, so how about we walk home together? We could come up with a plan for prom night along the way. Yeah, sounds great. I'll feel better going with you and knowing you're safe. Yes, so will I. Indeed. I still don't feel safe putting Brooke in harm's way, but I know she's right about this. Maybe we don't know what we're doing, but Claire really is too powerful for us to stop. But if we don't try, this nightmare may never end. In the end, it all comes down to prom night. Right where everything started, we'll finish it together. Maybe then, when all is said and done, we can go back to our normal happy lives. Nightmare night. What tricks will she have up her sleeve this time? It's Saturday night. Prom night. The night that everything has led up to. It was a night that was supposed to be filled with fun and good memories. We're hoping for a year ahead of us. But when Brooke and I finally arrived, all we found is a shadow of dread, unnoticed by the other kids, but they're all the same. Can we really stop thinking? So, can we really stop things from ending the way Claire plans them to? I don't know for certain. But what I do know is that this is our best chance to make it out of this nightmare in one piece. So this is where we are. We come together this time. Everything seems as it should be, but something tells me that that's only what Claire wants us to think. You're right, Brooke. It's going to be the furthest thing from normal. Kyle, I hope you're not too angry with me for asking you to do this. You had every right to say no. What? I'm not angry at all. We may be doing exactly what Claire wants us to do, but do we really have any other opinion of it if we want to stop her for good? No good options, no. I want this to end as much as you do, even if it means putting our lives on the line. In fact, I'm grateful that I don't have to do this alone. If anything, I ought to be thanking you. Kyle, please don't thank me for this. You're looking out for me as much as I'm looking out for you. Right, that's why I brought this. Is that a knife? I don't blame you for coming armed, but unless you want to be expelled and arrested, I suggest not pulling it out so conspicuously. I know. I've got it hidden under my clothes. No one will see it. I just want you to know that if things get ugly, I'm prepared to do what I have to. I'm not losing you to her like I lost the others. Even if it means getting my own hands dirty in the process. I understand. Just don't do anything reckless, please. We should get going. If I remember right, the prom king and queen are going to be announced soon. That's when she'll show her true colours. We have to be ready for anything. Yes, we can't be too careful. Any mistake could cost us dearly. Good. Good for us. Da 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 da. This is it. I'm not interested in conversations. I'm not going to be reading this. Everyone's disappeared. You. Let's not waste any more time with pretenses, Kyle. You already know what's going to happen. Our third act of this revenge tragedy will end with one final bloody sacrifice. This place. What is this? How did you... Ah yes, I suppose you two are overdue for an explanation. As you may have already guessed, this world is not the one you once knew. It may seem similar, but it is very different. In this plane, the normal laws of time and space don't necessarily apply. In fact, the only law that abides here is that you're one who created it. What are you saying? You mean all of this time we've been in some alternate dimension? That is one way to put it, yes. But the details are a bit more complicated than that. My god, that explains everything. The time loops, the strange means we've seen. A plane of existence running on its own, rules of time and space. Just what kind of power could create such a thing? A power most can't even begin to comprehend. A power bestowed only upon those willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. By the great Demon King, Moloch. But you've already figured out that much, haven't you? So it really was the work of a demon after all. Claire, just who the hell are you trying to accomplish? Using black magic to trap us into some twisted murder cycle. If this is your idea of revenge, but what did any of us do to deserve it? Why did Neela and Maggie have to die? Why? I believe you misunderstand, Kyle. For one seeking revenge. In Normine Prestitus, Elfate... I don't know how to pronounce that. Brooke? St. Michael the Archangel, leader of the Heavenly Army, defend us in the battle against principles and powers, against the rulers of the world and darkness and the spirit of wickedness in high places. Come to the rescue of mankind, whom God has made in his own image and likeness, and purge us from Satan's tyranny at so great a price. I see that you come prepared, Brooke. The prayer of St. Michael, a nasty little rite responsible for casting away countless demonic forces. I must admit, you would have made for quite the formidable exorcist in any other context. Holy Church venerates you as her patron and guardian. The Lord has entrusted to you the task of... Ah! No! A pity, then, but rules don't work that way here. Oh no, the crucifix. But it was blessed. How are you able to... Don't be silly. Only a fool would create a world where their power could be so easily threatened. As I said, the laws of this world act in accordance with its creator's will, and its creator has declared holy magic to be null and void. In other words, your relics and prayers can't save you now, Mastermind. Brooke! Kyle, I can't move. I'm... Ah! Oh, not this again. There, much better. Now we can begin properly. Ouch. Brooke. Oh, Kyle, you just never learn, do you? I already told you you can't save her. You really should have taken my word for it before pulling a stunt like that. Screw you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to finish this up in a timely manner. You. I knew you weren't just a transfer student, and the fact you clearly have ties to a demon, a king of hell, no less, makes me question whether or not you're even human at all. An astute observation. I ought to have expected as much from you, Brooke. They say you're a leader, a genius, the most beautiful girl at St.Giles, but I think we both know just what you really are. I don't have the time for your cryptic accusatories. If you have something to say to me, then say it. Very well then, I'll cut to the chase. You, Brooke, are nothing more short of a monster, and, as with other vile, dangerous creatures, you must be exterminated. A monster? And what exactly do I do to deserve such a title? Oh, I do believe I need to explain that to you. After all, you were the mastermind behind it all, weren't you? You're even crazier than I thought. I hadn't done anything wrong. Hehe. I admit, Brooke, you're quite the talented actress. But it's time to take off the mask and expose you for who you really are. A villain of the highest caliber. A black-hearted devil who delights in breaking hearts and destroying dreams. So that's what this is all about. Damn it. If I'd known it would end like this. You're far too intelligent for your own good, Brooke. All your plotting, your scheming, your double-crossing, someone has to put a stop to it. No, you can't possibly. I assume you already know this, but in the early days of mental health, there was a doctor who championed a radical new treatment. With a long, sharp instrument and a few taps from a hammer, he could sever the connection between the frontal lobe and the rest of the brain. This intended to cure a patient from their ailments and make them more docile. However, it was just as likely to maim or kill them instead. Once brilliant, their sickly minds were permanently damaged, leaving the poor souls as mere shells for their former selves. Surely you realise where I'm going with this. Now then, shall we begin your treatment? Oh, Brooke. With the precision of a trained surgeon, Claire carefully aims the ice pick at Brooke's eyeball. She holds a pick steady, she raises a small hammer high into the air. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, she brings it down. That's one, or both. Over and over again, she drives the pick deeper into Brooke's head. All while I can do nothing but watch hopelessly. And as I lie here, helpless, unable to even stand because of Claire's dark magic, I can't help but wonder, was she right all alone? Was there really no way I could have changed things? That's one eyeball. Is it the other one now? The operation is complete. How do you feel, Brooke? We just subbed something very sharp into her head. Surely she can't speak properly. Thanks. I would save my breath for something other than useless, please, Kyle. You know that's not going to stop us. Despite all your valiant efforts to change the outcome, Brooke is going to die here and now. I'm going to be honest, we were originally going to simply leave you in this drooling vegetative state. After all, if anyone deserves to linger in agony, it would be you. Sadly, such a punishment is simply not feasible at this point. You must die if we want to go forward with our plans. To think, you actually believed that you would come out on top, but you were wrong. You lost Mastermind. Goodbye. That's 3. Ended the same way. The last of the 3 has finally met her end. The liar, the forger, and the mastermind have all paid for their crimes with their lives. O mighty King, may the blood of these sinners appease your hunger. May we continue to use your gracious gifts to enact our revenge. Don't think of anything. Oh, great. You shouldn't have done that. I apologise, Carl, but killing me is going to be next to impossible. After the form I've been granted appears to be made of the same flesh and blood as you, I can assume it's anything but. Consider yourself fortunate that I'm under strict orders not to kill you. Otherwise, you regret doing something so dreadfully rash even more. Indeed, and that's exactly why you should never be so quick to make assumptions. Now then, while I may not be able to kill you, I have been given permission to make you suffer should you become defiant. Your suffering is her ultimate goal after all. What now? Who could she be? I've got a hypothesis about this. That's enough, Claire. I'll handle this. Mistress. I've been waiting for this moment for quite a while, Kyle. The moment I could see the look on your face when you realise just how wrong you've been about everything. What? Wait, you're Dolores from English class? Huh, so you do remember me. Colour me flattered. But how, Dolores? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me this was all guilty as charged. Every last inch of this world is my doing, my creation. Even Claire here is nothing more than a proxy of mine. All she can do now is follow my orders, but she apparently did a great job conceiving you otherwise. she was there. After watching me out on every corner of her eye. Even that day in the music room, she was there plodding the strings all along. She was right there and I never even noticed. Then that means you killed them? Neela, Maggie, Brooke, you killed them all? Why, damn it? Why did you do it? What did any of them do to you? God, you really don't know anything, do you? Maybe if I had a little more observant, none of this would have ever happened. Oh, you've been, okay. What did they do, Kyle? Was destroy the one thing I have left in to live for, my dream? And thought, you may not know if yet, you're just as guilty of killing them as they were. That doesn't make any sense. How could I have done anything to you? We barely even talked. Oh, don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. In fact, I'll show you what you've done in the most memorable way possible. What the hell? What's going on? What are you doing? Setting the stage for the final act, of course. If you thought that things we've seen before were bad, well, let's just say I'm going easy on you those times. I haven't even shown you half of what I could do to you yet. Ugh, my head. You want answers? I'll be happy to give you some. But it's not going to be easy, and it's definitely not going to be pleasant. Good luck, Kyle. You'll need it. Ha 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 ha. That was even easier than I thought it would be. The lodge must have given me a nice return on my investment. Your work here is finished, Claire. Fall back for now. Yes, mistress. From now on, he'll have to answer to me personally, and when I'm through with him, he'll have a whole new understanding of what it means to regret. Ending the mastermind. It's also the ending of ourselves too. What else lies further on into this abyss? This is how it ends for me. All my effort, all my planning, and this is how it ends. I don't understand. Everything was perfect. Everything was going according to plan. But even I could never have expected something like this to happen. Even so, I wouldn't apologise for what I've done. I would never apologise. I did what I had to do in order to keep my dream alive. And if that makes me a monster, so be it. As for Kyle, he was a fool, a means to an end. Perhaps if he'd been a little less gullible, he would have never been caught up in all of this. Clearly, I underestimated you. Dolores. Save again before continuing. Yes. Have you ever had a dream left unfulfilled? A dream that constantly claws and eats away at your soul? A dying dream left a feaster to rot within your breast until every fibre of your being is tainted with its poison. I had a dream like that once. A dream where I was loved, where I was wanted, where even for one night someone would hold me close. A dream of happily ever after, when all of the pain and loneliness wouldn't matter anymore. And that dream was you, Kyle. Come, Heartbreaker. Don't you want to see what the blooded corpse of a murderer dream looks like? Don't you want to know what those silver-tongued monsters did to me? Listen to my story. Know why they had to suffer, and then come find me. Be sure to save the last dance for me, Kyle. It's always the female demonic voices that enshroud the airs. The school, in a different form. What the hell? Where am I? Sheesh, my knife is gone. They must have taken it when... Oh god, it's the school. Abandoned. It's the main building, but what happened to it? Did Dolores do this? Claire was right. I had no chance against something like this. Neither Maggie, Brooke, I let you all down. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything to stop her. And now... Looks like I've got no choice. She said she'd give me answers. If I want to know why this happened, I have to play along. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find some way to stop her from hurting anyone else in the process. But I need to be careful. She said it wouldn't be easy. And I've got a feeling it's going to be a lot more dangerous from here on out. Dolores, I don't care what your reasons were. I'm going to make you pay for what you've done. I think this is going to wait for another time. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Sorry if this is spread out in multiple parts, but it's the only way I'm going to be able to do this without uploading huge videos in one video. So huge amounts of time in one video. So take care of yourselves, folks, and we shall see each other within the next time of Prom Dreams. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves.